Hey guys, Ramsey here. Welcome to another video. Today, we've got an early impression on a decant that was very kindly sent to me, a sample basically, by Eddie. Eddie, thank you very much, my friend. I like just going through these at night, right before bed, an hour or two before bed. I spray one of these on. Oud just kind of calls to me at night for some reason. And today, we're going to talk about Agar Attar. Now, this is actually one of the few that you can just go to the Agar Aura website right now, September 1st, 2022, and still buy samples and a bottle. A 1 ml sample is $23, 1 ml. 25 ml bottle, 25 ml, $495. They're proud. So let's read the description. So here's what Agar Aura has to say about Agar Attar, which by the way came out in 2020. Agar Attar is what oud perfume ought to smell like. Ouds from various regions of the oud-producing world were blended with precision with the aim of allowing every oud profile to play a role in the symphony, without any erratic notes jutting out or awkward transitions as the scent evolves on your skin. If you have yet to experience real, well-distilled, high-quality, high-grade oud oil, and your only reference to oud is what's called oud in mainstream perfumery, prepare to be amazed. Boasting the most diverse array of aromatic compounds of any natural substance, oud is not a perfumery note, as it has been reduced to in mainstream perfumery. Nay, oud, by its very nature, is a complete perfume, nature's very own work of art, and Agar Attar is a summation of the oud experience. How there can be blueberries and blue lotus in Bruneian oud, or clementine and vanilla in Malinau oud, the addictive cola and pepper in West Malaysian Garu, the heaven meets jungle meets earth in Papuan aloes, the heart-melting iris in Maluku Sirasks, and how about the mouth-watering dried fruit in Cambodian Clam Chan. The vanilla and mint in Vietnamese oud, the rugged wood and zesty herbs in Thai and Laotian Kritsana, and the infamous sweet hay, leather, and sweet spice in Indian and Myanmar oud. And then some, and then some. It is the reason why real, well-distilled, high-quality, high-grade oud oil is often the last step of the ladder for many frag heads, who end up falling out of love with their massive collections of high perfumes. Nothing comes close to oud. Not all oud oils blend well with each other, so it was no easy feat putting Agar Attar together. What you have here is the universal oud aroma that covers every brilliant facet of the gem we call oud in a seamlessly blended perfume with other essential oils acting as bridges between the different facets. If you're new to oud, there is no better way to dive headfirst into the world of oud than to make Agar Attar your launch pad. In fact, you could spray this on right before a business meeting or social gathering and no one would find it objectionable in the least. That is true. On the contrary, you might get lots of folks asking you about the source of the enchanting aura surrounding you. Agar Attar Oud Perfume Redefined. Okay, so that's the little marketing blurb. A couple minutes on that. So here's what I'll say about this perfume. If you watched my Russian Adam interviews, he actually said this multiple times. When I asked him about his taste, he said, I was always somebody who wanted more. I was always somebody that craved for more oud, more animalics, more this, more that, more woods, more whatever, bigger, louder perfumes. And I understand what he's saying because I completely agree with him. I mean, I feel the same way many a times. I always am left wanting more many a times. This perfume, and I know this is not Russian Adam's house, this is Taha's house, but I'm using Russian Adam's talking about his personal taste to make a point with this fragrance. So this fragrance right here is a fragrance that leaves me wanting. It leaves me wanting more, unfortunately. And it is everything that it says. You can tell there are facets here. I mean, if you told somebody there were blueberries in this and you gave them it to smell, maybe they could smell blueberries. You know, if you told them there was vanilla, maybe they could smell vanilla. If you told them there was iris, maybe they could smell iris. In fact, if you remember the ingredients video that Russian Adam sent me, 50 ingredients, one of the ouds I thought smelled like one of the most amazing irises ever. This doesn't smell like that. It almost smells like an oud trying to impersonate an iris, if that makes sense. Whereas the iris that I thought I smelled in one of the ouds Russian Adam sent me smelled like real iris. There's a distinction. I don't know if I'm, eloquent enough to make that, known verbally, but there's a distinction in my mind between an oud trying to smell like an iris and an oud that just smells, like a real, true, high quality orris bud or iris. Like right now, I just got a little bit of chocolate when I smelled it. So I could see some oud head coming in and saying, my God, this is the greatest oud fragrance ever. There's all these facets and you can get all these different areas, and they talked about blueberries. I just got chocolate. That stuff doesn't do it for me for some reason. When I smell oud, I want my oud to punch me in the face. I want it to be, funky, animalic, barnyard. I enjoy that. I enjoy the challenge, if you will. And this doesn't give it to me. Basically, I'll tell you how this fragrance smells. It's actually a very simple explanation. And lucky these little quick hit videos are meant to be short. So when you first spray, it starts out a little bit green and sappy, a little bit sappy to my nose. And then what you get for the next hour or so overall, now there are these little nuances, like I said. You could say, oh, I'm smelling blue lotus flowers, or, and I don't think anyone could argue with you that that's true, that's what you're smelling, or you're smelling leather, or this, that, or whatever. But what I basically get is, if you've ever taken your trash out, or your recycling out to the curb, and you put it out, it was dry, and it rains on you, okay? And you go, and the next day it's been sitting out in the rain all day, right? Those boxes that you put out on the curb, let's say the trash man never came or the recycling man never came, they get soaked by the rain, right? So the cardboard turns to wet cardboard. That's the smell. It's a wet cardboard smell for me. And do I enjoy it? Yes. Do I enjoy the little facets here and there? Yes. Would I buy this for $500? Absolutely not. I would much rather try to get Ottoman Empire or Antiquity or one of the Aris that I've been craving. That scratches my itch much more. It's I guess it depends on how into oud you are. If you remember, before Russian Adam sent me all those ingredients, I was pretty naive to oud. I mean, other than the Bortnikovs and stuff like that I had. And then one of my perfume godparents sent me Tiger Lust by Ensar. So I got to smell some of his work. And then someone else sent me EO number 2 by Ensar. So I got to smell more of his work. So now I think I've smelled most of the major oud houses, if you will. The real, indie oud houses. So you could say Aris Ladore, you could say Agar, you could say Ensar, Bortnikov, Meleg, and, someone like Peter Carter from Centauri Perfumes or something. He uses real oud and stuff like that. You could also say James Barry from Suga, right? I've smelled a lot of their work. And Agar Aura is probably my least favorite house of all of them. Just because the way that he approaches oud is not something that appeals to me personally. I could totally see it appealing to somebody else. But for me, my hard-earned dollars would go elsewhere. This doesn't do it for me. It doesn't move me. It leaves me wanting. It leaves me wanting more, if that makes sense. That's my honest to God, right hand to God opinion. And so, it's, this may be nature's work of art, but I want more than that. It doesn't do it for me. And you know, the fact that there's still bottles sitting here after 2 years. Are there still bottles? Will it let me select it or no? Or is it sold out? Maybe I'm just thinking about it wrong. Yeah, I don't think it'll let me select it. Maybe I was wrong. I thought because there's a drop down and it doesn't say sold out that it would allow us to try to purchase it, but I guess not. Anyways, that's kind of my take on Agar Attar. I saw a guy who I really liked. I wish he would still do videos. His name was what was his name? I can't remember his first name, but his channel's name was Therapeutic Fragrance, and he seems like he really knew what he was talking about, and I liked him. I liked his personality, but it's too bad he just kind of disappeared off the face of the earth all of a sudden. He stopped doing videos. And I think this was one that he really raved about, if I remember watching a video, or one of these from Agar Aura, that he really raved about. But just the style of the house, for whatever reason, just doesn't do it for me. I want more. That's the gist of it. And the wet cardboard smell, not enough to move me. I mean, I enjoy it. Thanks for letting me sniff this, Eddie, and do a quick video on it, because honestly, you go search for this stuff, there's not very much out there on YouTube. So I just want to put my thoughts up there. Thanks everyone for watching these little quick hits. I did a long video today, now a short video, and hopefully I'm going to do an early impression tomorrow. It's been a long time since I've been able to do one, but I think I'm going to be able to get one in tomorrow on a fragrance that I have not talked about in depth on my channel yet. So thanks for watching, and everyone have a great evening. Cheers, and I'll see you again tomorrow with another video. Bye, guys.